Good day from MIT OpenCourseWare-centric wiki, world, university, and school on Saturday, April 19th, 2025 at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And I'm Scott McLeod. And as we wait to see if people will join this open monthly business meeting, I'm on the shores of Clear Lake in Lake County and holding monthly business meeting loosely conducted in the manner of friends from here. And the first item I would like to share with you is that interestingly, after I sent out the WUAS monthly business meeting agenda and news yesterday on this Easter weekend, I got a few Google News items on my smartphone this morning, which seemed to be responding or coming into conversation with some of the agenda items, fascinatingly. So I wonder if artificial intelligence from Google is somehow reading the WUAS monthly business meeting agenda and news and sending responses or news articles that are potentially related. And we'll get to this further in monthly business meeting, and namely with regard to agenda item 8, I think, and also on the World University and School nonprofit 501c3 side, and also agenda item A on the WUAS corporation side at the end of this monthly business meeting. So the open monthly business meeting process, loosely conducted in the manner of consensus-led Friends Quakers monthly business meeting, where decisions are made through a process called sense of the meeting, continues to grow. MIT OpenCourseWare-centric wiki, world, university, and school, the WUAS press, the WUAS corporation, with an invitation again to join in on Saturdays, third Saturdays of the month at 9 a.m. Pacific time, from whatever, wherever you are, from whatever time zone you are in, whether of the 24 time zones or more time zones in the world. And I'll post the recording of this WUAS monthly business meeting also to youtube.com/Scott McLeod World University for your further consideration, for your further potential coming into conversation with monthly business meeting, where decisions emerge that help grow World University and School in numerous ways. The two blog posts with the agenda and news for this WS monthly business meeting are posted last Thursday, the 17th of April, beginning Yellowstone National Park, Wyoming, Saturday, and in worlduniversityandschool.blogspot.com and scott-mcleod.blogspot.com. I'll also post today's video recording as video minutes and related minutes in text to today's blog posts, which for Saturday, April 19th, 2025, to worlduniversityandschool.blogspot.com and scott-mcleod.blogspot.com. So check in there for more. So further, in what ways can MIT OpenCourseWare-centric wiki, World University and School WUS become a bright beacon on the growth horizon of innovating information technology companies, both one, the nonprofit MIT OCW-centric wiki World University and School wing. Its current, still beginning websites are worlduniversityandschool.org and sites.google.com/worlduniversity.org/world-university and school. And also see the beginnings of Bangladesh World University and School at sites.google.com/view/BD World University and School in the Bengali language, in the Bangla language. There are about 173 million people in Bangladesh, and there are about 265 million people who speak Bengali or the Bangla language worldwide, many also in West Bengal, a state of India in India's northeast corner. So that's the World University and School wing, the nonprofit World University and School wing. And the WUS Corporation Academic Press at WUS planned in 7,159 known living languages also, and with machine and human translation, and the physical digital WUAS educational services stores for books, computers, robotics, groceries, hospital technologies, and think Walmart, which is in 19 of about 200 countries per the Olympics, per National Olympics Committee in recent Olympics. And its URL, current beginning URL, is worlduniversityandschool.org/academicpress.html. And where WUS plans to be in each of all 200 countries and in their main and official languages. So in what ways can MIT OCW-centric wiki World University and School WUS become a bright beacon on the growth horizon of innovating information technologies companies in both of these wings? So free MIT OpenCourseWare-centric wiki World University and School is growing, and growing with hashtag grow with Google, WUAS. See Twitter for these, for these hashtags. For free to students online degrees, bachelor, PhD, law, MD, IB high school, similar, AAAS, and master's degrees. First in English, then in each of all 200 countries, and in their main languages. And see Peter Norvig's incredible hashtag Tulify AI WUAS, revolutionizing education and with machine learning and AI, hashtag World University in School at the tulify.ai URL for this, updated March 2nd, 2024, if you're searching for this. So happy non-theistic, friendly NTF evolutionary biology spring greetings, happy Easter, all the best abolitionally friendly greetings, Scott. Recording will be posted here at youtube.com/at Scott McCloud World University /videos. So agenda item 1, on the World University and School wing of WUAS, the first of 2 WUAS wings, a 501c3 similar, and see the guidestar.org profile for CC4 licensed OCW.MIT.edu-centric wiki World University and School. Worlduniversityandschool.org is the current URL. Agenda item 1, wiki, editable, teachable to, and learnable from World University and School. And for example, at this website address, wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/wiki/subjects with a capital S, and where you can teach to a wiki subject page. You can create a wiki subject page, first in English, then in your language, about a subject you love or an academic subject, and which also would potentially become interoperable with AI and machine learning with time, and as an open opportunity for people-to-people teaching, wiki teaching, wiki learning. So you're being able to create a wiki subject is a very cool opportunity for developing an interest that you might love or that you might want to develop further. You might check for any of these wiki subjects or a wiki subject you begin with MIT OpenCourseware. Is there a free CC4 licensed MIT OpenCourseware course or a Yale OIC Open Yale courses, Open Yale course available that you might like to add to this too, but that's not necessary. And such courses also will eventually become available at World University and School on our degree sites for credit. So in these regards, I sent an email not that long ago to Peter Norvig, the Google AI director, and Lydia Pincher, the Wikidata product manager in Berlin. And we've been in Wikidata since the mid-2010s. WUS has been in Wikidata since the mid-2010s. And Wikidata is the structured knowledge database, in a way, the back end of Wikipedia. And it's in some 330 some languages, more than 300 languages. And it also potentially will become a further basis for AI and machine learning as database sources that are Creative Commons licensed or similar for openness. So, dear Peter Norvig, Google AI Director, Lydia Pincher, Wikidata Project Manager in Berlin, Germany, all greetings. Could hashtag Grow with Google WUAS help develop the WUS Wiki Wing in all 700 languages and with AI? So, and regarding your incredible article, Peter Norvig, Revolutionizing Education with Machine Learning and AI, World University in School, updated 3/2/2024. So glad World University and School is growing our wiki. It's become, it was not working for 4 or 5 months or so. And now it is working. Agenda item 1I or 1.1, how best to develop this wiki, the roughly 750 pages in English so far at wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org, and with the Wikidata backend structured knowledge database in more than 300 languages, and for WUAS AI, artificial intelligence and machine learning especially. Potentially hashtag grow with Google WUAS and with Wikidata, Wikimedia in Berlin may help develop these further as universitians, volunteers, prospective WUS students in law degrees, for example, start to add resources and ideas and teaching and subject matter and references to World University and School's wiki subject pages. All wiki pages are still wiki. Agenda item 2, World University and School's wiki, for example, wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/wiki/world_university, and the wiki subjects page, a main wiki area for World University and School, are now functioning and wiki editable, wiki teachable to, wiki learnable from, again, after having stopped working for some months. This is a success. It was wasn't quite sure why the World University and Schools Wiki had stopped working. We're seeking to potentially uh, at World University, for example, code for speakers of all 7,159 known living languages, and from there, potentially for most of all 7.9 billion people on the planet. Uh, and in reaching out to, for example, Lydia Pincher, the Wikidata project manager in Berlin, and Hillary Thorson, a Stanford librarian who's involved in Wikimedia, uh, and numerous other people, including Peter Norvig. It took many months to get World University and Schools Wiki working again. Glad it's working again. Agenda item 3, intellectual property, IP law, wiki subject at WUAS, wiki.worlduniversityandschools.org/wiki/intellectual_property-IP_law. And prospective law students developing this openly and independently, and in the WUAS law schools also with time. So at a recent Stanford Law School conference, UNAI for Good, United Nations Artificial Intelligence for Good conference on Wednesday, April 9th, 2024, I met a woman, Lily Lee, with a Duke undergraduate degree in, I think, statistics or biostatistics, and maybe a minor in psychology, who also speaks Chinese fluently, who is interested in intellectual property, IP law. And the thought occurred to me, could she develop a possible, this is brainstorming wise, track in the World University and School Law School in English in California regarding intellectual property law. So could she, through her own interests, develop intellectual property IP law at WUAS, the wiki subject page, simply by clicking edit this page. And we'll see how this develops. But you can access the intellectual property-IP law wiki subject at World University and School from the World University Law School at wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/wiki/world_university_law_school. So how best also to add MIT OCW IP, intellectual property courses also. And for example, see the MIT OpenCourseWare course from 2013 titled Patents, Copyrights, and the Law of Intellectual Property, which is an undergraduate course at MIT OpenCourseWare. And from the Sloan School of Management and the Electrical Engineering and Computer Science departments at MIT. So this would be also regarding 200 online law schools at World University and School. And there are about 8 or 9 started already in very beginning form: the Afghanistan Law School, the Brazil Law School, the China Law School, the Egypt Law School, the India Law School, the Jamaica Law School at WUS, the Mexico Law School at WUS, and World University Law School. All of these so far are in English, but they're planned to be in these and all 200 countries' main and official languages. And there's one United States state law school that's begun, the Iowa Law School at WUAS. Check them out. Agenda item 3I, 3.2, sorry, 3II. Stanford Law UNAI for Good conference on Wednesday, 4/9/25. So, dear Lily and Hack and Lily Lee, so dear Lily Jiang, and Redwanmul Haq from Bangladesh, and Lily Lee, uh, who speaks both Chinese and English and has Duke undergraduate degree. Lily Jiang is a UCLA undergraduate who also is an intern at the law firm DLA Piper. Dear Lily and Hack and Lily, greetings. So this is an email to these new prospective World University and School possible students. Hawk in particular is interested in studying for a law degree at World University and School. We need to get our application process going and our law school up and running and accredited, and hopefully by end of December, early January, but stay tuned. So this is an inquiry in email to Lily Jiang, first and foremost, and brainstorming with the support of DLA Piper potentially, and as interns, question mark, could you, Lily Jiang, possibly even create a free WUAS law degree program lasting 2 to 3 years for you three potentially, and drawing from Stanford Law School courses, as well as even University of California, Los Angeles law degree courses. Additionally, Lily Lee, who's now living in San Francisco and who speaks Chinese and English fluently, according to her LinkedIn page, would you like to wiki teach to this intellectual property IP law wiki subject at MIT OCW-centric wiki World University and School, the intellectual property IP law wiki subject page? By creating a hypothetical IP law degree track for a potential free law degree, simply by clicking edit this page and adding some ideas to the quote ideas section or the courses section. If you find some online free courses, it could be very interesting to think through and envision from your perspective, possibly regarding the Chinese language, possibly regarding China law as well. What a great IP law degree track would entail. And at World University and School, law schools. And Lily Jiang, who at DLA Piper Law Firm are you working with for your internship? Could they be of help here too in these potentially very creative law projects? Thoughts, questions, suggestions? All the best, Scott G.K. McLeod. And see the Eagle Cap Wilderness, Oregon blog post in scott-mcleod.blogspot.com this month, April 2025, for more about this. Agenda item 4, yoga at WUAS, and in the wiki page. And so recently I added, and then I and Mirheza Media Wiki merged, and which now seems to be working again since stopping working, the WS Mirheza Media Wiki, in the fourth quarter of 2024, the following. So this is in the idea section in the yoga wiki subject page, and an example of how World University and School works for idea generation. I have a yoga certificate from the Iyengar Yoga Institute of San Francisco from around 1991 or 1992, and am interested in developing yoga innovatively and wiki-wise at World University and School further. How best to create 2 new World University and School Wiki Yoga subjects schools in English at first. For example, in the wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/wiki/subjects, one for the therapeutic outcomes of doing specific yoga asanas or yoga asana sequences for specific ailments, and two, another, quote, physical therapy, end quote, wiki subject or school for parallel therapeutic outcomes from doing physical therapy, PT therapies, and online from home especially, potentially also with the help of a realistic virtual earth for yoga asana and a realistic virtual earth for physical therapy. And regarding realistic virtual earth, see Peter Norvig's incredible Tulify AI WUS article, again, regarding World University in School and a realistic virtual earth for everything. So these are two wiki subjects that I could not begin because the WS Mirrhazen Media Wiki had stopped functioning for 4 or 5 months. I can begin these now, but to incorporate a realistic virtual earth for yoga asana for therapeutic benefits that brings together, say, specific outcomes from doing yoga asana or yoga asana sequences with physical therapy outcomes from Western physical therapy that's often practiced in hospitals in many countries in the West, is a fascinating opportunity that World University and School affords. Agenda item 5. This is regarding the genetic engineering revolution and potentially a realistic virtual earth. Further, revolutionize the genetic engineering revolution, hashtag genetic engineering revolution. See Twitter for hashtags like these, with a hashtag high performance WU, high performance World University, high performance hashtag realistic virtual earth for genetics, like hashtag world WUS UNIVS seek to revolutionize education with machine learning and AI. So how to revolutionize further the already revolutionary genetic engineering revolution with a realistic virtual earth. So how best could hashtag MIT OCW-centric, and this is a set of tweets, wiki, hashtag grow with Google WUS, at World Univ and SCH on Twitter, help revolutionize the hashtag genetics engineering revolution with a high performance WU, a hashtag realistic virtual earth for genetics, like hashtag WUAS UNIVS seek to hashtag revolutionize education with hashtag machine learning and AI. Come into conversation if you're interested with this on Twitter, or also these sets of tweets are sometimes posted on LinkedIn as well. Agenda item 6, a realistic virtual earth and for history, and Harbin Hot Springs history too. For example, regarding hashtag realistic virtual Harbin in something like an iterating Google Street View with time slider. And see also my blog with the blog label Harbin Hot Springs History, scott-mccloud.blogspot.com/search/label/Harbin Hot Springs History, which history is somewhat hippie as well. And there's a hippie blog label as well, /HIPPY as well. A realistic virtual earth idea for everything and for history that WS is developing gradually. Set of tweets in these regards. And regarding Iran World University and School and Stanford professors Abbas Milani's mission to preserve Iranian history. So a set of tweets, a hashtag realistic virtual earth for history in a hashtag realistic virtual earth, hashtag wiki adding to hashtag G Street View with hashtag time slider, hashtag G Maps with hashtag AI and ML, hashtag text in the sidebar, and regarding hashtag Iran WUAS, and regarding hashtag Stanford Prof. Abbas Milani's mission to preserve Iranian history, which is an article in Stanford News. So the idea is that we can all, as individuals and users too, add evidence and text and video and pictures to something like Google Street View with Time Slider regarding also the perhaps year that the document was written as a form of doing history in new ways. It's a fascinating, possibly revolutionary approach to academic history, that we also can add our own text in the sidebar eventually of Google Street View with Time Slider to write further history that we perhaps have in our minds, is also a very cool opportunity that World University and School is seeking to grow and facilitate. Agenda item 6A, webcams around the world. A set of tweets in these regards. What's up with hashtag webcams around the world? For example, www.camscape.com. How best at World Univ and SCH on Twitter to add and integrate them as source for hashtag one realistic virtual earth, hashtag for history, hashtag for everything, hashtag for STEM field sites, hashtag for classrooms, and again, regarding the incredible hashtag Toolify AI WUAS article, revolutionizing education with machine learning and AI, World University in School, updated March 2nd, 2024 from Peter Norvig. So further regarding a realistic virtual earth, agenda item 7, and regarding genome engineering and a recent great set of talks in the MIT Harvard synthetic biology course, How to Grow Almost Anything 2025, HTGAA. So how best to develop a genome engineering, hashtag realistic virtual earth for genome engineering, for hashtag synthetic genomes, hashtag genome-wide editing, and hashtag for synthesis for societal benefits, and the hashtag synthetic yeast genome project that Jeff Boke at New York University's Langone Center is working on. Synthetic Yeast Genome Project 2.0, and regarding hashtag genome engineering efforts in mammals, birds, and related similar species or other species. Dear John Glass, Jeff Boke, David Sun Kong, the MIT Media Lab director and the faculty lead in this How to Grow Almost Anything synthetic biology course, and George Church, where John Glass and Jeff Boke and George Church were the three speakers, presenters this past Tuesday, April 8th, 2025, and Peter Norvig. This is an email to them. Thanks for your fantastic 2025 HTGAA talks on Tuesday, 4/8. So how best to develop a genome engineering, realistic virtual earth for genome engineering. Set of tweets in these regards for spreading the conversation in many ways. And also regarding a realistic virtual earth for genome engineering, aging reversal, and genetic and extreme longevity genetic drug therapies emerging. That's agenda item 7.1. And also agenda item 7.2, the health span language in the ongoing and fascinating MIT Harvard HTGAA course, synthetic biology course regarding extreme longevity and regarding a realistic virtual Earth for proteins. And this last set of tweets retweets a Google DeepMind tweet. We are presenting Alpha Proteo, an AI system for designing novel proteins that bind more successfully to target molecules. It could help scientists better understand how biological systems function, save time in research, advanced drug design, and more. Agenda item 8, standards sharing and international cooperation on AI governance panel at the Stanford Law UN AI for Good conference on Wednesday, April 9th, 2025, returning to this again further. And the AI, artificial intelligence that may have come in conversation with my sending out World University and Schools monthly business meeting agenda and news yesterday, Friday, on April 18th, 2025, was a Google News article regarding Iran and America, Iran seeking further assurance that the Americans would not withdraw from a nuclear safety pact as a consequence of potentially communication on nuclear issues that go back decades, and where Iran is very concerned about this possible withdrawal by America from such a nuclear pact. Quakers, Friends, Society of Friends, have a very long history regarding anti-nuclear conversations, negotiations, law, and in also regards to the Quaker peace testimony regarding nuclear war, for example, and potentially this Google News article that came onto my smartphone early this morning, I think, and regarding Iran seeking further confirmation that America would not withdraw from a nuclear pact. They're meeting this Easter weekend in Rome, Italy, in these regards, is a fascinating set of possibilities for also this agenda item 8 regarding standards sharing and international cooperation on AI governance, and a panel at the Stanford UN AI for Good conference on Wednesday, March 9th, 2025. So this is an email to Tony Samp, who is a DLA policy writer, also a graduate, I think, of the National Defense University and a lobbyist in Washington, D.C., on DLA Piper's staff, and Roland Vogel, who's the Stanford Law School Codex Executive Director, and DLA Piper's John Gibson, with whom I had a fairly long conversation over lunch that day. So, dear Tony Samp, Roland, and John, thanks for your edifying moderation of the standards sharing and international cooperation on AI governance panel, Tony, at the Stanford Law UN AI for Good. I asked the question at a microphone about whether the SARS-CoV-2 COVID-19 pandemic could have been produced by AI and ML too, and what new international standards might UNI AI for Good and the US too benefit from creating for AI and ML and international cooperation on AI governance. Thanks for your synthesis and response, potentially, Tony Samp, from a U.S. national defense university perspective. And nice to meet you out on the patio afterward briefly. So, Tony Samp, as the moderator of this panel, with 3 or 4 other panelists, replied to my question at the end of the other panelists, one of the other panelists' response. So, further regarding this agenda item 8, here are some further brainstorming thoughts from a blog post I wrote on April 1st, 2020 in my blog, scott-mcleod.blogspot.com, 2020, April, Himalayan monal, it's a bird. How are Harbin Hot Springs residents doing? Which touches on some ideas for the reason for the SARS-CoV-2 COVID-19 pandemic, and possibly was it created by artificial intelligence and machine learning in part? In part of this blog post titled Hypothetical News, a new newspaper titled Hypothetical News, potentially at World University and School, different from the Universitian, World University and School's planned online student newspaper, with first tentative headlines. The novel coronavirus COVID-19 SARS-CoV-2 pandemic has been primarily, one, a fire drill, i.e. in case of emergency, for example, genetic or war or nuclear. And here's the relevance, I think, for nuclear regarding the Rome, Italy talks between Iran and America. And also lead the novel coronavirus COVID-19 SARS-CoV-2 pandemic, which might have, again, been produced by ML and AI, was the SARS-CoV-2 virus produced partly by AI, as well as biologists and scientists in laboratories. The novel coronavirus SARS-CoV-2 pandemic could have led to governments, internet media, and economies working together internally in all 200 countries and internationally too. So I think Tony Samp replied to my question about what new standards we might benefit from and regarding what we might have learned from SARS-CoV-2's COVID-19 pandemic with the ideas of genetic war and nuclear, that these are of concern. How could World University and School help with a realistic virtual Earth for these safety questions and interoperating with also regarding my physical digital ethnographic field site, which is Harbin Hot Springs in Northern California, and regarding my 5 books, all of which are Harbin Hot Springs focused or inspired. So potentially in an iterating realistic virtual Earth, hashtag realistic virtual Harbin. And regarding also World University and School planned in 200 countries and in their main languages, which I said to Tony Samp at the close out on the patio, hopes to form new networks of students and faculty in each of all 200 countries, which could help with his endeavors regarding, I think, new standards for new standard sharing and international cooperation on AI governance, with a possible focus on national defense questions, how to stay safe in the world today. So check out this blog post, check out this agenda and news for agenda item 8 for today. Agenda item 9 are the WUAS News and Question and Answers in March and April of 2025, which meet on Mondays. They're open. They're in Zoom online. They are at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And from these 2 months, Monday, April 14th, 2025, Monday, April 7th, Monday, March 31st, Monday, March 24th, and Monday, March 17th. So moving to the other wing in the last 5 minutes of World University and School, WUAS monthly business meeting. I'll just check to see if people might be seeking to join us. Not yet. Not at this time. The WUAS Corporation, the second of two WUAS wings. It's a for-profit general stock company legal entity in the state of California. The WUAS Corporation, WUAS Press, and where the academic press is planned in 7,159 living languages per the Ethnologue in 2025 with machine learning. And the beginning website address is worlduniversityandschool.org/academicpress.html. So there's just 2 agenda items here for this today. Agenda item A, glad for the WUS Press, which is also the WS Corp Twitter feed, and at World Univ and SCH to be communicating with hashtag Toyota Palo Alto about hashtag THR3 or similar humanoid robots, hashtag AI and ML, and hashtag robot delivery drivers of Toyota Sienna vans. So this is an ongoing focus of World University and School to develop humanoid robotics, humanoid robots, potentially with Toyota Motors, with Toyota Mobility Company, that could initially potentially drive Toyota Sienna vans to make deliveries of WUAS Lego robotics kits, for example, in each of all 200 countries and in their main languages, for students who, prospective students who might be interested in matriculating into World University and School for a free bachelor's degree or similar. How could such robot delivery drivers, maybe out of the THR3, Toyota Humanoid Robot 3, incredible humanoid robot, which was a lot in the news in 2017 and 2018, things may have developed. How could reliability testing be something that World University and School does for Toyota and of humanoid robots driving, say, older Toyota Sienna minivans, making deliveries? So students interested in free MIT OpenCourseware-centric degrees at World University and School from their homes might show their interest and even work through a Lego robotics tutorial to matriculate in for free degrees. But perhaps they and their families would buy these Lego robotics kits, which would be delivered to their homes and by robot delivery drivers of the Lego Spike Prime robotics kit, for example, as a way to matriculate into World University and School. So I was just over at Toyota Palo Alto, Magnuson's Toyota Palo Alto, not far from Stanford University last week, and a set of tweets in these regards, partly in communication with Dick Tran, a salesperson there at Toyota Palo Alto, who's originally from Vietnam and also spent time in Switzerland as well as Pennsylvania before moving to the Bay Area. Set of tweets. Glad for WUS Press World Univ and SCH to be communicating with hashtag Toyota Palo Alto about hashtag THR3 or similar humanoid robots, hashtag AI and ML, hashtag robot delivery drivers of Sienna vans, and hashtag reliability testing, Dick Tran's word in an email. In all, approximately 200 countries and languages to deliver hashtag WUAS Lego robotics kits, such as the Lego Spike Prime robotics kit, which WUS Educational Service Stores is an authorized carrier of, to prospective hashtag WUAS students at home and regarding free WUAS degrees. So after sending out this agenda item, after this monthly business meeting agenda and news yesterday, the other Google News item that came in onto my smartphone this morning was regarding humanoid robots in a race, a running race in China against humans, and that the humanoid robots, a number of them, all ran faster over more than 2 hours and 40 minutes than the human runners in this race. A remarkable achievement for Chinese robotics, for Chinese AI and ML, for example, and regarding both the development of humanoid robotics and also this possibility of World University and School doing reliability testing with Toyota humanoid robotics. Is Japan working with China to develop humanoid robots and Toyota humanoid robots? I would postulate that they might be. So I'll post these articles as part of minutes about this marathon in China where humanoid robots outran humans over longer than 2 hours and 40 minutes. So batteries are lasting that long, and a remarkable achievement for humanoid robots that's possibly relevant here as World University and School seeks to develop robot delivery drivers whose behaviors as robots will be much more complex than possibly race humanoid robot runners, for example. Agenda item B. And this is regarding the WUS Corporation and the state of California. So I recently updated the WUS Corporation password on Friday, April 18th, 2025, with the state of California's Franchise Tax Board. And I include the Franchise Tax Board password expiration notice. And for the SGK MAC WS Corp login information. And agenda item B2, I think also, and this is regarding my still inactive credit card due to, I postulate, egregious misconduct from Chase Bank employees. Agenda item B2, I think the WS Corporation needs also to file the Statement of Information, SI 100, for the state of California, or with the state of California, by the end of April 2025. But I still don't have an active new credit card with which to do so, and which credit card was initially closed on February 28th, 2024, about 14 months ago in Pittsburgh, PA, and which I learned about this closure of my credit card at a grocery store, a Trader Joe's in Pittsburgh, PA, on Penn Avenue there, due to, I posit, egregious misconduct by Chase Bank, Wilkinsburg, Pittsburgh 15221, also on Penn Avenue. Employees, Jennifer Weber and George Nikolai, and others possibly, and involved in international organized crime even, some out of Chase Bank, many bank branches. And as WUS has sought a US federal investigation into Chase Bank, Wilkinsburg 15221, also Chase Bank, Moraga 9455, 6 or 8, I think, in Moraga, California, not far from Canyon, California 94516. And regarding abolishing the wrongful buying and selling of people in the illegal sex, drugs, violence, etc. industries internationally and their latent networks of violence. And as World University and School seeks to code for most of all 7.9 billion people on the planet and to end poverty. So continuing this agenda item B, and I think also in continuing to grow a worldwide WUAS abolition movement and to protect people worldwide, and in seeking to code for most of all 7.9 billion people on the planet, each a Wikidata PIN number from you at World University and School, and even to end poverty worldwide, and by distributing Stanford MindPi cryptocurrency, which you right now can get on your smartphone by downloading the mindpi.com app and adding this code. So you can get Stanford MindPi cryptocurrency free money daily right now by going to mindpi.com/SGKMAC, that code, and you can begin to get on your smartphone now Stanford MindPi free money daily. By distributing to end poverty worldwide, to say the poorest billion people on the planet, out of 8 billion people on the planet, Stanford MindPi in all 200 countries. So I think I need an active credit card to be able to file the WS Corporation's Statement of Information SI 100 for the state of California by the end of 2025. And have sent a further email from the WUAS CEO, which is me presently, to Chase Bank people, including Janelle, who I've been in touch with, but also Chase Bank CEO Jamie Dimon, and also John Tadler, who is took an FBI workshop. He's on the Allegheny County Police in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and also someone I know from high school. Sent an email yesterday in these regards, following up on this. I've been seeking to get my credit card activated again for some months now. So that's the, I'm glad to have sought also in some of these regards, US federal protection for my mother, my brother, and myself many months ago. Also regarding Chase Bank, Shadyside, Pittsburgh, PA, mentioning of the word murder back in, I think, of March of 2024. Shauna McNally, a VP at Chase Bank, Shadyside, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, after our conversation mentioned the word murder, which to me, and I'm not sure what exactly it referred to, but did it refer to further Chase Bank and international organized crime? And I continue to seek further US federal protection for my mother, my brother, and myself in some of these regards, as well as to get my activated credit card working again so that I can file the WUS Corporation Statement of Information 100 potentially before the end of April 2025. So that's the WUS news and question and answer. Sorry, the WS monthly business meeting on Saturday, April 19th, 2025. I'll post this recording to current active YouTube channel, youtube.com/videos/Scott McLeod at World University. Also to today's blog posts, and also to our main active Twitters for WUS, twitter.com/World Univ and SCH, and twitter.com/WUAS Press, as well as WUAS's LinkedIn profiles. President at worlduniversityandschool.org is my email address if you have questions about World University and School. And until Monday, April 21st, for the next WUS news and question and answer. See you later. All the best from World University and School as we close WUS monthly business meeting. Bye for now.